Hello and welcome to Non-Stop Wrestling Chat. My name is Barry and today we're here to chat about Fastlane and the return of the Crispy Fiend. Guys, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and that beautiful notification bell. My nose is itchy, so I will be rubbing it. And let's get into today's show. We'll just kick off the show straight away. So, United States Championship match, Riddle versus Mustafa Ali with the Retribution was the kick-off kind of show. Riddle defeats Mustafa Ali as expected. 2.5 stars. Honestly, I didn't rate this one at all. I wasn't interested in this whole pay-per-view, but this match I was just kind of like, it's just a kick-off show match, and it was really good. I think we've seen the end of Retribution, which we've all kind of knew the writing was on the wall for that, but I think it's pretty cool. I like the way it was. So, then we hit the main show kind of starts. We get the women's tag team match, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Baszler and Jax are joined by Big Reg. Baszler gets the win here. Baszler and Jax both can pick up the win. 2.5 stars for this. The match itself was enjoyable. I can't say it wasn't. Again, if you're into sneezing, go over to Spotify. I just sneezed. Right guys, so Baszler and Jax got the win. The match was really good. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. Some bits here and there that felt quite sluggish and stuff like that, but overall it was okay. The ending just felt like a fucking tits up, and then the whole thing after it with Banks and Belair and the slap to the face and stuff I didn't really care about it, but it was there. Then you got Shane in the back, comes out, crutches, ice in his knee. Eli comes up and is like, I want to wrestle at Mania. So Shane goes, I've got an idea. And yeah. Then the Intercontinental Championship, Big E versus Apollo Crews. Big E got the win here, which I had to Google who got the win. You know, I watched the show, I seen that it says Big E, but I was like, no, who got the win? Because obviously the roll-up was a 5-count roll-up, and it looked like, I don't know, it was terrible. The ending honestly was bad. The match that we got, I gave a 2 stars because it was so little. These guys are going to go in and wrestle at Mania and probably put on a 3-4 star match. That's what it is. I know they're going to go in and do something good, but this match just didn't really have that feel to it, if it makes sense. Then Braun Strowman versus Eli with Jack Ryker. This was like a 3-minute match. I'm not rating it. Strowman got the win. It was a squash match for somebody who doesn't need a squash match, but yeah. Then you got Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. Look guys, Seth Rollins got the win. Everybody knows I'm not a big fan of Rollins, and I'm not a big fan of Seth Rollins. He's not my favourite wrestler. And like I get his in-ring work's good, I just don't really like his character and stuff like that. It's just nothing that I've ever really bought into. And it could be related back to that time that the thing happened with Sting, but I don't know. 3 stars I gave this. It was really good. It honestly was good. There was a few moments that was there a little bit that was like, this just kind of felt played out, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool match. Then a no-holds-barred match, Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. 3.5 stars. McIntyre got the win here. This was really good. I'd probably say one of our matches in Raw was a little bit better than this, but I think this one was really, really good. It was fun, interesting. 2 wrestlers just out there wrestling, putting on a good match, and it worked. The only thing I'm disappointed about with this is this wasn't done for the WWE Championship. I think it would have been insane to have this at Mania for the WWE Championship, but we didn't get that. Then we got Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton. Bliss got the win. It's just a story. I'm not rating this. It was an angle. It wasn't a match. The Crispy Fiend returned. I'm calling him the Crispy Fiend now because he came back looking crispy. Yeah, so Crispy Fiend was back, and it was pretty cool seeing him come back. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. I thought it was pretty cool seeing him back. And it was like a non-match. I didn't like the fire and the black stuff and stuff like that. It was a little bit too much character issues, but it was okay. Then the main event, Universal Championship match, Reigns versus Bryan. Roman Reigns bet Daniel Bryan, and then there was a couple of chair shots from Edge. This was like half an hour long. 4 stars for this one, guys. The finish was a bit too cheap for me. The Roman kind of tapping out a little bit, and the referee not they've not seen it and all that kind of stuff. Then Roman getting the win over Bryan. It's going to lead to a triple threat, which if you go back for probably since the Royal Rumble or just after it, I predicted this would be a triple threat. But it was a good match. Honestly, it was match of the night for me. I really enjoyed it. I really thought it was... I'm not a big Daniel Bryan fan, as all you guys know. I think he's a good worker. I don't really like his character. Never have. And I don't know why. I just don't relate to the character. I don't like the character. I think his in-ring work can be a little bit boring at times, but I get how it's good and people love it. But honestly, it was a great match. I'm hoping to see they pull something out the bag for the fact that WrestleMania's in 20 days. I'm really hoping to see them pull something out the bag, but it'll probably be a triple threat match. Like I say, this was a good match. Overall, I'm going to give the whole show 3 stars because those last 3 matches really saved it for me. If you just go from Nakamura versus Seth Rollins onwards, it's a 3-star show. Before that, I would probably just miss it out. It wasn't that good. You can catch the clips for it, but after that, it was good. You know, this was an interesting predicament to be in. I wasn't interested in this pay-per-view whatsoever. I didn't have motivation to stay up and watch it. I had a big podcast with a childhood hero last night that's coming up on Tuesday, guys, that you are going to love. But I really just wasn't interested in this. I had that big podcast. I was excited after it, so I couldn't get to sleep, so I stayed up and watched it. And I really enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed my time being up watching it. At the start, it did just feel like a Raw or a SmackDown. It felt like a normal show. And then when Rollins, Nakamura, you had like Bryan, Roman Reigns and Bryan. You had like all those kind of guys coming out. Like even Alexa Bliss, Randy Orton stuff. It was an angle. It worked within the pay-per-view. And then you had like your Sheamus and Drew, which... I don't know, I thought they all really worked and it just never really, apart from that, nothing. It just felt like a normal wrestling show. But I feel WWE wanted to get this in for the Peacock deal to be the first pay-per-view in it. I don't understand why they didn't want to have WrestleMania as the very first pay-per-view in Peacock. Maybe it's the guys over there wanted this or whatever, but I get, it was cool, I enjoyed it, and I think there's literally is me not being interested in this at all because Mania's so close, but it piqued my interest. I enjoyed it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know what you thought of it. Did you enjoy those, like Sheamus, Drew, Bryan, Roman, Seth, Nakamura? Did you enjoy the Crispy Fiend returning? What did you think? Did you that mid kind of that start of the card really was like, this is a little bit hard to get into, but the end of it saved it. Anyway guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe and that notification bell. We're at 122 subscribers just now and I am buzzing for the channel to be growing. I can't wait till we're at that point when I'm hitting the 1000 or the 200, 300, 400, 500. I'm buzzing just to hit those milestones. Like every time I wake up and I get a subscriber, I see somebody subscribe to me or the count goes up, I literally scream like a little girl. So you're making a 29-year-old man scream like a little girl, so that's pretty cool. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you back here later on tonight. No, in fact, I'll see you back here today for WCW versus Raw 1996, and then I've got a podcast at 6 o'clock tonight. Then tomorrow we've got Monday Night Raw. See you later.